My name is T. I am a professional in the comics industry. I do digital for a whole bunch of different comic strips, and I'm also a comic submissions editor. I've been doing cosplay seriously for almost 5 years now, but I've been dressing up in costumes my entire life. This is my Greaser Batgirl costume. One of the things that happens with superhero costumes is that you can kind of take the colors and the iconography of them, and they're so familiar to most people that if you take those colors and you take those images and you change the style of clothing, people still recognize what they are. And what that means is that you can be one of your favorite characters in a different time period, in a different setting, and you don't necessarily have to wear spandex to do it. A lot of people assume that cosplayers are, big into exhibitionism and want to show off a lot, and that's not entirely true. I'm a little bit of an exhibitionist, and I like showing off in things like cosplay contests, but I have friends who actually cosplay at conventions and things to detract attention from themselves, so that people don't really know who they are, and they can kind of put on a mask. So there's a really interesting variety of people who do cosplay, from people who are really shy and do it because it gives them confidence, to the kinds of people who do big things for parades and conventions. When you're looking for a costume, if you're going to try to do something that's sort of not exactly like a character's costume but is kind of reminiscent, is you want to look for things that are in the colors that they wear. So for example, you look at what colors a character wears, and then you try to find things. So, for example, if I were doing a different Batgirl, purple shirt would work real well. We got a real sailor shirt here, you got a sailor cap, there's a fire department jacket. Those are all really, really good costume finds. A kind of Minnie Mouse thing, these would be good for that. Okay, so I have a super good find here. I got a tweed jacket, and I'm really excited about this tweed jacket because it has patches on the sleeves. So this jacket I'm going to wear to a Halloween party where I'm going to be Will Graham from Hannibal, and it doesn't look very good with my Batgirl costume, but it's going to look awesome with a plaid shirt and a pair of trousers. This is not a costume that needs a lot of makeup, but it is a costume that needs facial hair, so I'm going to put some facial hair on myself. While we did have a tradition of cosplay in the United States already, it was really the Japanese who coined that phrase. They took the English words costume and play and combined them to create the concept of cosplay, which they saw as being different from costuming, which in a lot of ways it really is. So when American fans started getting into manga and anime, you got people who hadn't really heard of this kind of costuming before, who suddenly were really interested in doing it because they saw that as part of the culture that they wanted to be part of, with these new, to them, comics and television shows coming out of Japan that they really loved. So you had American manga and anime fans who then started going to Western comic conventions, and a lot of Western comic conventions and manga and anime conventions started combining in the past couple of decades because both of them were becoming so intertwined with each other. And when that happened, you really started to see Western comic fans getting really excited about it too. I'm going to keep this on and walk around the city dressed as fictional characters because I love to do that, and it's almost Halloween, so why not?